Good morning, everyone watching. Well, this video is about the Bahava farm being on autopilot now, and the big useless manager's forecast. Yeah, short of pesos.
I hate rude behavior in a man. Won't tolerate it.
Yep, Fatty has nothing to do.
So I'm wandering around down here in the fields, not really looking for anything to do. I'm just like doing a little inspection here.
Now listen to the Ebegging fat Bahava bum himself.
Still haven't planted the rest of field 3 here because we just ran out of seeds, and it's a double-edged sword, I guess you could say. We can't find any seeds, and if we did find some seeds, we couldn't afford to buy them anyway. So,
Yeah. It is what it is, I guess. Listen to Fatso now.
well, we've got to decide what we're going to do with the plateau. Replant, clear it, replant, but exactly when that's going to happen, I don't know.
Now, Fatty, what are you saying? That you didn't make a profit on a plateau with your big time squash sales?
One or two more harvests out of this plateau area before we just have to call it a day up here.
Now listen to the Ebegging fat man. Yeah. He is short of pesos, but listen to this.
I'm of the opinion now that we're going to have to do something better than what we did for weed control.
Yes, Fatty. The weeds have taken over by the look of it to me. Now listen to the man who knows everything about farming, and yeah, just listen.
But we've got to do something, because I mean, it's taken several months and the weeds were slow to come, but they're here and they've taken over. So I've got to get something figured out here. This is a large area and it's productive. I mean, you guys have seen the squash we've taken out of here.
Now listen to the crying, moaning, pissing, feel sorry for myself farmer.
But because of the weeds, well, the production's pretty much stopped. We'll get another harvest or two, but it's really a chore trying to find it, because the weeds are trying to find the squash because the weeds are so tall. And it's, you know, you can't see all those little tripping hazards because of the weed.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I can see all the weeds. So listen to Fatty now. He says what he's trying to talk himself into. No, he's trying to talk someone into donating, because he says he has no peso. So what's he going to do? Now listen.
I don't know, I guess what I'm trying to talk myself into is really properly clearing this and putting plastic down and just doing it right. But monetarily, that's going to be a challenge. We'll get some.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge when you have no peso. So just keep ebegging. That's the main thing to do. Another excuse and pack of bullshit and a 60-day forecast. Listen.
The income generated from fields 2, 4, and 5, because they're all coming on, and we'll be harvesting the squash from these fields in about 60 days. We'll begin our...
Yeah, about 60 days. Good luck, Fatso. Yes, after 6+ years in Vijo on his farm, he's still experimenting and still in the learning process. Even though he says he has a very high IQ and a great learning ability, right? Now, look at this.
You know, this is all a learning process. And these squash here are not digging the weed problem.
No, I don't know of any plants that really can compete against a weed problem that you have. Now listen to Fatty and what he's learnt about weeds.
We're much farther ahead in this side of field 6 here, just because it's apparent that we've got to be more aggressive on the weeds.
Yes, Fatty, you got a weed problem? Get more aggressive. But you can't hire anybody because you have no peso. You can't buy any Roundup because you have no peso. You can't buy no plastic because you have no peso. So just keep on ebegging. Now Fatty's inspecting his field 6, his most matured squash plants. But listen.
I'm still looking around for fruit. I don't see any. Lots of runners. It's moving. Lots of blooms. But no fruit yet. So I would anticipate we're a couple months away from harvesting here.
Yeah, still a couple of months away on his most matured crop. What's he gonna do for peso? Now listen to Fat Boy. He's in the banana plantation alongside the fields, talking about weeds and squash. But what I want you to watch and look at is the bananas.
We took up the weed control in here a notch, and the squash seems to be winning now for the most part. There's still some areas where the weeds are, you know, fighting back, but we've made big strides for weed control in and amongst these bananas.
Yeah, but look at the bananas. Do you think they're going to have bananas anytime soon? Listen to this forecast.
These bananas. And hopefully we can at least get one harvest out of these before the weeds outrun us.
Yeah, hopefully, eh? Fatty. Now watch. I want you to notice the trash and garbage. You name it, it's laying around. And listen to Einstein.
But I'm pleased with what's going on in the fields, and I think we've got it whipped here with the weed problem, with this plastic. I think we've got it whipped. So...
Yeah, sure. Looks like you got it whipped for now, in some areas. Yeah, in them fields where you just put the plastic down. I'd like to see a 6-week forecast.
We'll get a firm for sure amount of time from these fields on how long these plants will produce. There's some fighting going on over there. And it's my opinion right now that these squash plants will produce squash for 6-7 months.
Sure. Everybody believes your opinion. 6 years of failures so far. Okay, he's given another forecast. I want you to listen to him. He always says what's going to happen in the future, but has no peso. He's giving you false hope, which he has also, false hope. He needs peso because he needs something to get by on for now until the big harvests come. Listen.
Each one of these fields, this field would be a couple 100 kilos a week, and so would this one, and so would those. So from these fields, I'm anticipating 500 kilos a week.
Yeah, anticipating 500 kilos a week. What have we seen so far with his big squash plantation? Now listen to the e-begging, scamming con man.
The plateau, we've got to get that figured out. We've got to get it figured out how to win against the weeds. And I think plastic is the only way we're going to do it. And that's going to be pricey. It's going to require quite a bit of prep and quite a bit of pesos for the plastic. That's definitely going to be down the road.
Yep. He needs peso to get that plateau working for him. Making money with squash. Yeah. Now listen to the bum and his bullshit.
That's my little tour. So much I don't get to here. But Raymond was nice enough to send me those seeds. And I keep thinking I'll get down here and get this old original raised bed cleared out and planted. This is where I want to plant those onions. It's even fallen down now, that original bamboo fence. This is the area I want to plant the onions, and so sooner or later I'll get to it and I'll get down here and get to planting. So we can have something other than the red onions that are so common here. Not that I dislike red onions, I would just like some nice, big, fat, yellow and white onions. That's really my next project. The fields are kind of on autopilot for a while, and the plateau is not something that I can tackle by myself. But this little area right here, yeah, I can work this in with the crayfish and taking care of the animals. So that's my next project here. Thank you, everyone.
So, you heard Fatty. The fields are on autopilot. And the plateau, he can't really do anything with it by himself. He needs pesos. Yes, he needs pesos for workers and plastic and likely some more seeds. So this is his new little project because he has really nothing else to do. The animals. What animals? The crayfish, the shepherds, and a pack of mangy dogs. You got lots of time, Fatso, because you never do nothing. Nothing but time on your hands. Well, that's a recap of another bullshit farm tour. Life is good at the Vijo.
But you know, it is what it is. I can't do what I can't do. It's going to take time, it's going to take money. Stay tuned.
Wow. For what?
I don't know. And short of pesos right now to...
Buddy, we never owe some explanation to any.
Stay tuned. Things are going to get more better.
Thanks for watching.